You know, it's funny. A viewer actually commented that he thought he might have heard a rooster in the background in one of my videos. And, I find that funny because it's impossible. I'm like, I'm nowhere near any roosters. And there could be a lot of reasons why, why you would think you hear roosters in the background. For example, I mean, like, with all the new smart TVs that are coming out and streaming devices, maybe it's time you start thinking about upgrading to the newest and the latest. And and internet speed. I mean, like lagging. I mean, like ask any kid that's played Fortnite. Lagging is a major issue, and you could have been watching a video, and the audio of that video is lagging. It actually seeped into this new video when you're watching. Heck, it could be maybe even raining where you're at right now. I mean, like there are a lot of reasons why you would think you would hear roosters in the backgrounds, but I can assure you guys, I mean, like there are no roosters. I mean, like really, there are no there are no roosters. Mother.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. This game ain't never this game ain't never. On my way to the top, on my way to the top. I love this money, just set it on fire, set it on fire. Don't mean nothing, don't mean nothing. Here's one for the night, here's one for the night. Don't waste my time, don't waste my time.
Hey YouTube, Ron here with BBM Reptiles. Thank you for taking the time for stopping again back to my channel. And if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join me in this incredible journey that I consider reptile keeping, specifically working with ball pythons. Now, in this topic, I actually want to talk about working the odds and what does that mean? Now, if you're new or your first time breeding, you probably heard that lingo or that word tossed around a lot when we talk about the odds and if the odds are in your favor. Now, when we talk about odds, it's that specific percentage or probability of you actually hitting on a specific gene. For example, if you were to pair a spider with a pastel, the probability or the odds of you hitting a bumblebee is basically 1 out of 4 eggs. In other words, there's a 25% chance that you can actually hit a bumblebee. Another 25% chance or the odds of actually hitting a spider, another 25% chance of hitting a pastel, and a 25% chance of producing a normal. Those are specifically what we talk about when we talk about odds and we go through pairings. Just to give you an idea, right here in my hand, I did a pairing which was a banana black pastel Enchi fire, a 4-gene snake against a female spinner blast, which is another 3-gene snake. In total, there was a probability of 128 different possible outcomes with that pairings. So in other words, the odds were real high. So when you hear other breeders talking about the probabilities or the odds going as far up as 1 in 16, 1 in 32, 1 in 256, those are incredible and highly odd numbers to actually be fortunate enough to actually hit upon. And right here, I actually have in my hand a banana black pastel Enchi fire pastel pinstripe spider. Let me repeat that again because there's a lot of genes in this. It's a banana black pastel Enchi fire pastel pinstripe spider. If I got that right. The thing is, the odds or the probability of me actually hitting all 7 genes on this snakes was 1 out of 128. And those are real high numbers, as a matter of fact. I mean, like not as high as 1 in 256, but still it's a lot more higher than 1 in 4 or 1 in 16. But these are things that I factored in when I actually started going through the genetic wizards or the morph calculators on separate web pages just to actually figure out what are the probabilities or the odds of actually having such said outcome. Now, I'm going to walk you through basically some scenarios and some examples of using a genetic calculator so you can have an idea how we factor in when we're talking about the odds. Now, there's 2 websites that I love to use when I actually try to figure out my future pairings and when I want to know the odd factors of what the possible outcomes could be. One is rollerball python, where they have a great genetic wizard, and also Morph Market, they also have a genetic wizard or a calculator that you can basically more or less type in the specific pairings to give you an idea what the probability or the odds are of any future breedings. And just to give you an example, for example, if we go back here to genetic wizard of rollerball python, let's just type in basically a pastel. And the example that I wanted to give was a pastel with a spider. What would be my odds? What would be my odds if I wanted to produce, let's say, a bumblebee? Now, when we hit the calculator, obviously, we'll see the two examples that they give us. First, will show us the pastel, and right next to it is a spider. These are two, this is a co-dominant, and this is a dominant gene. Now, as you can see, the odd calculation from this, or the probabilities of producing a spider pastel, in other words, a bumblebee, would be 1 out of 4. Okay, now I just wanted to talk about the specific project that I'm working with, and just to give you an idea of what I'm looking with when I talk about playing with odds. I did a pairing. Which last season was a leopard 100% head clown to a visual pastel piebald. Now, what I was looking for was basically having hets or hatchlings that can eventually take me to the goals of a clown pied. Now, going through the genetic wizard and the morph calculator, it basically tells me the odds of what my percentage would be. Now, since the leopard was 100% het for clown, everything he produced is a 50% het for clown. So all these hatchlings over here are 50% het clowns. So this is what I'm talking about playing with the odds. This is like the lottery tickets. You take, or you try to get as many lottery tickets as you can for that sweepstake. And right here we have 5 females. These 5 females are 50% het for clown. So to actually better my odds, it would say, or statistically, half of this clutch should be het for clown. So I have to actually hold I have to hold everything back and prove them out to see if I could find which of these 5 actually carries the het for clown. Now they are 100% het for piebald, but I want actually a clown pied, and that's something that I'm working with. Now, from that clutch, I was actually able to produce only 1 male. Easy there, which is right here, this leopard pastel. He is, and this is the only male that I got actually at the clutch. And this female is like, you know, and she's like real upset. I don't know why. But these, the male that I have, which was only 1 male, I'm standing by to see if actually I stay with him to better my odds. But even to further or help my odds, the best choice would be to get a visual clown pied male. Now that clown pied male bred to these 5 females, that would better my odds. My odds would be basically helped out a lot more than if I go the route that I'm going right now. So I have to find out which way would be better to actually work in that route. But until then, I'm still in the game, and I will probably hold on to that male until I actually get the visual male. But having 5 females, it's bettering my odds or my chances to actually get to that visual clown pied. Now, this is one example of a project that I'm working with odds, and the odds in this, I'm trying to keep it in my favor by holding back as many females as I can from that clutch, and then basically at a later date probably get the male. But basically the best thing to do is get the females and as many scratch off tickets as I can get. So right here and this is the leopard actually. No, this is the normal. She's a normal. She's more feisty actually. But this is one project that I'm working with, and I'm going to show you another one also that I'm actually trying to play with the odds. Okay, now right here what we have is another double recessive project that I'm working with, and these are these 2 are leopards and these 2 are normals. They're 100% het for orange ghost or het for hypo, and 50% het for clown. And as you can see, I have 4 females. Now the same situation, half in theory, the odds should be, let's say these 2 are 100% het for clown. Now, the odds could be in my favor. Like again, they could be against me, and maybe only one of them, or as a matter of fact, none of them are hit for clown. But the thing is, to better my chances, I have to stay back with basically as much as I can, as many females as I can, to actually prove out the het for clown. They're all 100% het for orange ghost or hypo, but basically I'm working for a hypo clown. So you have to basically, to play the odds in your favor, you have to stay with all the pieces or all the lottery tickets, buy as much as you can, or basically in my case, hold back as many females that has the possible double recessive actually, to better my odds or my chances of actually producing a hypo or orange ghost clown. As you can see, when you're basically working with Morph Market and World Ball Python, these genetic calculators gives you a clear idea of what your possible outcomes could be with said projects. So don't be scared off when you type in that calculator and you see the probabilities or the odds are 256 or even 699, go for it, because that's the best part of this hobby. When you're actually throwing the risk and you're actually seeing, and if you're winning and if you're lucky enough to get those incredible odds. So for all those future hobbyists and those potential breeders, all the coming seasons, may the odds be ever in your favor. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.